Good morning, everyone. This is Newsround. I'm Ricky. Coming up today, some advice if you're nervous about heading back to the classroom, and tell us what you thought about the Britain's Got Talent semi-finals. Hello everyone. The toughest local lockdown measures in the UK are being put in place in Bolton in Greater Manchester because of a rising number of cases. People who live there have been told not to meet up with friends either at their homes or outdoors in parks, and not to use public transport unless they have to. Most of the people getting it are over 18 and under 50, and the rules don't affect key workers or children going back to school. Now, for many of you, it'll be your turn to head back to the classroom next week. While many of you are excited about going back to the classroom, some of you have told us you're feeling a bit nervous or anxious about it, and that is completely normal. So we asked Dr. Rada for some advice for you.
Tip number 1 is to realise that you haven't been at school for a very long time. So if you're feeling anxious or nervous or a bit worried, that's totally normal and to be expected. The most important thing to do is realise you're not on your own with your feelings and to let someone know how you feel. Tip number 2 is that things will probably look a bit different to how they usually look. So if you're not sure, then ask. There are lots of people around, teachers, your parents, your carers who want to help, and make sure you feel comfortable with what you're going to go back into. So if you're not quite sure, there's no such thing as a stupid question. Make sure you ask so you feel better. Tip number 3 is realising that everyone is in the same boat. So if you feel a bit anxious or worried or you don't know something, then there are bound to be people around you who also feel the same way. And that's great, because that means that you can feel better about talking to people, talking to your friends, and chatting about how you feel and what you're not sure about. Tip number 4 is all about telling someone you trust how you feel. So when we're feeling a little bit worried or anxious, or we're just not quite sure about what's going to happen, the best thing we can do is tell someone how we feel. That's for 2 reasons. It gets things out of our head, but also it gives that person we tell a chance to help us, support us, and give us some advice as well so we can feel better. And tip number 5 is all about focusing on the things you enjoy. So the giggles, the laughs, seeing your friends, all those things that you've missed, all the things that you enjoy about school, focus on those, because actually that's what will put a smile on your face, and that's what will help you get back to school and feel good.
Thanks, Dr. Rada. Now, Britain's Got Talent returned to our TV screens last night after being put on hold due to the coronavirus pandemic. Host Anton Deck opened the show with a big musical performance in which they showed off a huge screen of fans watching back at home in place of a live studio audience. Juggling comedian Steve Royal became the first contestant to win a place in this year's final after the judges picked him as the best act of the night. Head online to tell us what you thought of the show and which acts were your favourite. Now, sticking with Anton Deck, there are going to be some big changes to this year's I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. We don't know which celebs will be in it yet, but we do know it's going to be filmed here in the UK in a castle. Take a look.
Instead of a camp in the jungle, the celebs will be staying in this castle in the Welsh countryside. So, what's it going to be like? Welcome to Greek Castle in Abergele. It was built 200 years ago and features a delightful coastal view, 300 acres of gardens, stable, a dairy, and it's rumoured to be haunted. Wait, what? Rather than me. The castle has had quite a past too. During World War II, it was home to around 200 Jewish child refugees, and a few decades later, it even became a theme park. Now that sounds like a trial I could get on board with. But aside from ghosts, the celebs might also have to watch out for some of the local wildlife. This year, instead of snakes and bugs, they'll have to deal with spiders, mice, and seagulls. Apparently, they get pretty hangry. The winner won't be crowned the king or queen of the jungle, but of the castle instead. And I thought it couldn't get any better.
Now, remember it was Digital Detox Day yesterday, a campaign which aims to get us off our devices and screens for a full day. So we asked you what you thought of it and if you actually could make a full 24 hours without screen time. Well, here's what you said. Henny Penny says, I could do without my phone, but not my console. I can't go a day without Animal Crossing. I hear ya. Sherilyn told us she prefers going outside to a new park in her area. Nice one. And XRS said, I'll never do it. No checking Newsround or playing Fortnite. Thanks for all your comments, guys. Really interesting. I would be rubbish at that. Last up, lots of us enjoy exploring the great outdoors. And it's the same for Hertha, the polar bear. At Berlin Zoo, she spent some time playing ball and having some fun in the water at home. She looks very happy there. That's what I was like last night in the bath. OK, that's all from me and the team for now. Newsround is back bright and early tomorrow morning. Don't forget, we've got all the very latest on our website, news, quizzes and plenty more. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.